Hi everybody, so I'm going to be doing a 24-hour readathon, and the amount of times I have tried to do a 24-hour readathon and it's gone to complete, in shambles, honestly, because I either get distracted really bad and just do something else, or I'll take a nap during the day and I'm putting it into like an entire week of me reading with the timer on, rather than me doing it, splitting it up into like 12 hours each time. The 24-hour readathon is happening today and tomorrow, which is Friday and Saturday. Better than any other day, I guess. We're gonna do it. But I have a couple of books that I want to get to, just because July is ending next week, and I want to get to these books that were on my TBR pulls from several videos back. And so I'm going to finish reading Phantasma, and I have about 200, 300 pages left, because I'm on page 196, chapter 22, Pleasure, physical. I'm probably going to be switching back and forth for my Kindle and my physical for some of these books if they are on Kindle, just because if I'm annotating it, definitely going to do it on the Kindle and then go back and annotate it later, because annotating, obviously, we all know, takes freaking forever. And so I'm going to be doing that, and then I'm going to be trying to read some of these books in the 24-hour readathon if I can. Severed Heart by Kate Stewart. So this is one of my most anticipated reads. I didn't even know it was coming out this year. I thought it was coming out sometime next year, but we got it apparently, and I am so excited. I thought it was going to be a green cover, but no, I think everybody was very surprised about this. So, and then we have One Golden Summer by Carly Fortune. So this one is a book that I'm gonna read for a book club pick in my community. We're gonna try to get to that before the 30th, because that's when I need to have it done by. And then Starling House by Alex E. Haro. So this one I've had on my TBR shelf for an embarrassing, it's so embarrassing how long it's been on my shelf for. So hopefully I'll get to this and finish it, because it looks really good. It's got art in it, and I really love art in books. I don't care what anybody says. It's not childish. I love it. And then if I want to cry and be in my emotions, because this has also been on my shelf for a horrific length of time, Binding 13. And this is getting some controversial posts lately on Instagram and TikTok, because apparently Bloom's Books is redoing the covers or something I don't understand, don't get, really don't care. It's there. I've seen so many people cry about it, and I kind of want to be my feels, but also maybe not. Maybe we'll read something else on my Kindle, because that's also an option. So if I find anything, hopefully I can read this. So, but for right now, I think we're gonna go ahead and start Phantasma by Kaylee Smith, page 200. So far, we have gone through 2 trials, and she is getting closer to Blackwell and made a blood bargain with him already. He has helped her out in 2 of the trials, and then in between the trials, whenever she goes into these nooks and crannies in the manor, and it's so good. So, I didn't think it was going to be so gothic-like or very gory, but there are some scenes in here where I'm like, oh my gosh, there's blood everywhere, nasty critters crawling around on the dining table, things like that are happening, and it's crazy. Our main character, she is now trying to help Blackwell find this key to his memory, because he keeps losing his memory in between the Phantasma competitions. So he can remember everything that happens in Phantasma, but after the competitions are over, he forgets it all. So he doesn't know why he's there, who he is, anything like that. So she's trying to help him out by getting the key to that. And she's having to go in these dark corners of this manor in dangerous situations. And the only caveat to this is that if she gets hurt, their blood bargain, if she gets hurt, he won't be able to hear her, like, summon him at all if it crosses a line. So he has to protect her at all costs during this entire competition. And if you don't know, this book is basically, she goes to this phantasma competition because she thinks her sister went in, and she's trying to save her sister pretty much, but her sister apparently went in to save their manor and to kind of prove herself to Ophelia, I guess. Genevieve is the sister, because Genevieve decided to forge some checks under her mother's name. And at the beginning of the novel, we see that their mother died and Ophelia took her powers because she was, you know, essentially training to become the new, like, head of the house of Grimm Manor. So now she is the head necromancer. Oh, and yes, they are necromancers. So there's a bunch of different paranormal beings in this. Wow, I'm going so out of order. But there's paranormal beings in this, like ghosts and phantoms and apparitions, vampires, I think. Things of that nature. Devils, demons. And so our main character is a necromancer, a family of necromancers. So if you don't know what a necromancer is, they talk to the dead and are kind of the medium in between the living and the dead. And they help all the dead kind of help, like, go back to the afterlife. And she is being trained for that. Ophelia is. But their mother died very fast and rapidly, and they weren't prepared for that. So it kind of shows you her learning her magic while trying to get her sister out of this manor and winning the competition. That's what we have so far. I'll update you throughout the book when I am getting through it. Again, I have to apologize because my mic is effing up, and so I have had to fix it, and now it's fixed. I know what's wrong with it. I've locked the settings, thank God. So I'm going to continue reading. So good. I will say I'm not a big fan of their relationship just yet. He is a lot flirty, and I'm telling you, when I say he's a lot flirty, he's so flirty. And it just feels like, and they've already had a moment together in, like, a dark corner, and I get it, but also I'm not really attached to him just yet. I get he's, like, you know, Danny Phantom, and, you know, white hair, green eyes, and just all around stunning as a male main character, but I'm not emotionally attached to him just yet, and I'm hoping that happens a little bit later in the book. I know it's about, the physical version is about almost 500 pages, Kindle version's 420 something. I'm on 200 in the Kindle version, so I'm halfway in between, I think. So hopefully it gets a little better in terms of being emotionally attached to these characters, so we'll see. Okay, I've reached 50% of this book, and we have already gotten to the raining blood dirty scene. I will say that I'm very upset that it happened early, and by early I mean I still don't feel like super connected to Blackwell or invested in Blackwell and Ophelia's relationship. And so I was, like, sitting there, and I felt, I don't know, I didn't feel as emotionally connected, so I'm just sitting there like, oh, okay, cool, a sex scene, and I was very not invested in that scene. But yeah, it's the scene everybody talks about where blood is pouring down and they're doing, their thing. It's crazy. But yeah, that's what we have so far, and I'll update you later. So, the audiobook I'm listening to in between the times where I just don't feel like using my hands or, flipping through anything is Bourbon and Secrets by Victoria Wilder. It is about Lincoln and Faye Calloway. You can see Moose in the background. I'm sorry. But Faye Calloway, in the book, Lincoln catches her doing something that she probably shouldn't be doing. We don't get any insight on what it was. She was just covered in blood by the stream. And he told her, hey, I've got kids, GTFO out of town, or I'll tell the police. And so she left town, became a burlesque dancer, came back to town under the guise of being a burlesque dancer, but she's also part of the FBI in the town. And so they just met again in terms of he saw her at the bar that his best friend owns, Hadley, and she was working there for a night. She's going to be there for like a month, I think. And the next day, his kids came over and was like, what are you doing here? This is Maggie. Maggie is her sister. They had a falling out. They're very estranged, and I think a lot of found family is going to happen. Not found family, but rekindling in family is going to happen there. So that's where I left off right now. It's 8 hours left of the book. I read it on 1.2 or 1.5 speed. When people say double the speed, I'm like, 2 times speed is crazy. I don't think I can get invested in a story like emotionally if I did that. So that's what we're doing. Okay, so I'm at the dog park right now, and I am listening to Bourbon and Secrets, and I'm on chapter 19. Yeah, and so far they've had a lot of intimate moments, which is okay because they're very sexually attracted to each other. And the one thing I like is that now this is one of the first books, I think, where if it's a single dad, the kid doesn't automatically like the female main character. They have to the female main character has to work for the attention and the respect of the little one. And I love that because it's not all, rainbows and unicorns when it comes to coming into somebody's family who's already got kids. That kid's gonna have feelings about it regardless. And so I love it because Lark, the oldest one, was like, we don't need anybody else. I love that because I was like, okay, we're realistic. Okay, that's awesome. So I'm excited to see how their dynamic is gonna be with the entire kids and dad and female main character Faye, sorry. So I'm excited to see that. Have fun? Yeah. Good afternoon, everybody. It is 1 o'clock right now. I have 7 hours left of my 24-hour readathon because I keep forgetting that, hey, you should probably start early so you can get this over with and done. And I have work tomorrow, so it's crazy. So it's 1 o'clock. I'm probably going to get done until 9 o'clock or 10. Who knows? But I decided to start Iron and Embers because that was also part of my July TBR pick that I need to get done. And so far, I'm on page 120, and I read for about an hour. So we have Ren and Torge, who are a couple that we see, not a couple, but people that we see and meet in Legends of Thesmar in Blood and Steel by Helen Shore. I read that series. You can read it because it is 2 separate characters, but I highly suggest reading the first series first before you start onto this one, just because you'll get more of an understanding of what happened to the 2 main characters and their trauma between each other and the storyline. But we have Ren, who is a alchemist, poisoner, what have you, and Torge, who is a war sword, and there's only a select few war swords, and they're very powerful people who protect the land that they're on. And then we have Ren, who is an alchemist, and she wants to go to this alchemy school, but she has so much trauma from the first couple of books in the separate series from a war that broke out, and she pretty much, you learn in the beginning of the book that she went on like a killing spree for all these people that kind of haunt her in her memories and just did a bunch of bad things. So she went and poisoned them and killed them all. And the war sword, Torge, kind of had her back, but is also disappointed with her, kind of thing, because he had to pretty much cover her ass, essentially. And so now he is directed to be her bodyguard. So it's a bodyguard romance. It is a bodyguard romance and enemies to lovers. Not really enemies to lovers, because he really likes her. He loves her, probably. And he falls first, obviously. Touch her, you die kind of vibes, tropes. But Ren doesn't want anything to do with him, even though she does have feelings for him. In the first series, she is a lightning wielder. Her and her sister are lightning wielders. So she struck him with lightning at one point in the first series. I won't tell you when or how that happened or whatever. I'll just tell you that because that's a very vital, important detail that's in this book that you learn within the first couple pages. Because he feels connected to her that way. He was transferred her power during whatever this time. So that's what we have so far. They're at the school that she wants to go to, the alchemy school. She was also forbidden to go to this alchemy school because her professor, even though she was the number 1 in her class where she was at, her village, her professor was scared because she went on a killing spree, and their whole thing is like healing and doing a bunch of healing things, and she went off and did like the whole opposite, which is killing people. So now after 5 years, she's able to go to this school and learn and become a master alchemist, and that's what we have so far. So I'm going to start this readathon back up again, and I'll probably update you when I'm done or halfway through. Alright, we're back with an update that I had to completely redo because I was not in focus, but that's okay. We've had an assassination attempt in this, but thankfully she obviously survived. She's had another assassination attempt against her, but these people targeted the wrong person and killed somebody that looked like her. But there's this group of people going around, apparently, that don't want royals in the picture. They want the people to pretty much rule and have a government based on the people. like a voting system and not the royalties ruling. So we have these mysterious people in this group that are conspiring against Ren and Thea, her sister, but Thea's not even here yet. It's just Ren and Torge. And Torge is worried about her, obviously. They just had their first F it moment at 50%. I was like, yes, I'm living for it. I'm here for it. Our main character, Ren, while she's at the school, not only is she trying to become a master alchemist, she is also trying to find some answers on how to reverse a certain magic that was put on one of the kings, if I am telling that correctly. And then our war sword, Torge, is having a problem because he, was imbued pretty much with Ren's magic, her lightning magic, and has a scar on his chest now from it. But he can feel that magic, and he can feel her. But everybody that's had this problem in the past with royals and magic being kind of put onto other people that aren't royals have gone mad or died. And so he's kind of torn because he doesn't know what to do, and so he's researching that. So that's where we're at right now. All right. I don't know what to say. I'm quite furious. Helen, I'm coming for you. I'm just glad the next book is coming out in like a couple of days. I think. I'm pretty sure. God, it better be coming out in a couple of days, because what was that cliffhanger? What was that cliffhanger? Oh my god. That was a crazy, wild ride. I read 585 pages in one day, which is a lot. I'm not going to lie. I ended with 44 minutes and 57 seconds left on the clock. It is 12 o'clock. I had 8 hours left to read, and I did that. Wow, it was crazy. I used to be able to do that perfectly fine, like early 20s. I'm in my mid-20s now. My body hurts, and I'm pretty sure I have a pressure injury on my butt from sitting in one spot for so long. But I definitely gave it a 5 stars. I was going to give it a 4.5. But then that cliffhanger really did a number on me, and so I gave it a 5. I might change it later, but for right now, it's staying at a 5. Pretty satisfied with it, because, oh my god. Helen knows how to, write emotional, damaging moments between two main characters, the love interests, because I don't know how to say it, but Torge and Ren had a falling out, a massive falling out. We found out things about the two in the book that pertain to the plot. And then somebody had to go and do something that altered their entire existence together. That's all I'm going to say, because what, WTF? I'm so sad. Surprised I'm not crying. Normally I'm crying, but I think I'm so exhausted at this point in 24-hour readathon. Inside, I'm emotionally damaged, but I can't cry at the moment. So, sorry, I'm shaking, because obviously I need sleep, but also, what the fuck was that cliffhanger? Helen. Anyways, I finished with 3 books in the 24-hour readathon. I don't think I'm going to do another 24-hour readathon for a hot minute. All right, I hope you enjoyed this 24-hour readathon more than I enjoyed making it. I am joking. I'm definitely going to have a hell of a time trying to edit the videos. I definitely had a good time reading the books. Definitely not had a good time videoing and editing, more than likely, the videos. So, tell me in the comments if you've read these books and enjoyed them or hated them. Something about them down there, if you've read them or not. And what books you're reading now. I want to know. Add them to my TBR if they're good. Oh boy, I'm tired. I hope you have a good night or a good day, whatever time you're watching this. Oh, please like and subscribe. Bye.